God is my witness, they're not going to lick me. If I had to lie, steal, cheat, or kill, I'm going to live through this.
She just does it because she's dramatic and she's blah blah blah. There's something wrong with her. It's like, I don't know, she's just crazy.
Spiked tea with vodka. Tea time meets playtime.
I didn't get it, birthday.
Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and hopefully this is a quick video. I just felt the need to sit down and make this video because I just watched didn't even finish Leticia's video where she's sitting in her car bitching and moaning about life, as she does all day, every day, 24/7. That's what her life consists of, bitching and moaning about life rather than doing something about it. Anyhow, I was watching the video and she said some things and I'm like, wait a minute, what? I mean, you are like days away from popping this kid out and reality still has not set in with you. So I'm going to play a few clips, maybe two clips, the clips that I want to talk about. Okay, I'm going to drop those in here and then we'll talk, because I'm just like, what? And Leticia does not want advice. Okay, she doesn't want advice. That's fine. So I have no advice to give her, but I think she needs a dose of reality, and that's what I'm here for. So let's play the clips, and then we'll talk about it.
Because he taught me a lesson. He taught me a very harsh lesson, and that has hurt for the last 9 months since I met him. And it was damning, but at the same time, evolutionary, where I had to realize they aren't as evolved.
So what's the harsh lesson that you learned? Is it that you should have got the plan B when he told you to get the plan B? Because that is the lesson that you should have learned here, but you haven't. You have not. And you're speaking of this evolvement on your behalf, as well as saying that they haven't evolved. Now, I guess you're meaning men in general, because you're just putting it out there. So you are assuming that all men are like JW, right? JW has not evolved because he didn't step up and give in to your demands of playing daddy to this baby or putting a ring on your finger the way you wanted. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid, the things that you say, but in your mind, it makes complete sense, when in reality, it makes no sense. You are basing that off of one guy who didn't step up and do the things you demanded. It has nothing to do with whether he's evolved or not. You know, I think about this situation, I think, what would I have done if I was in this situation, if I was the guy? Let me tell you, I'd be like, I'm not doing anything until you get me a DNA test that proves this is my kid, and then maybe I'll send you some money. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. We know that you're all butthurt because he said that, but you showed him who you are. And if I was in that position, I'd be like, no, show me DNA proof and then I'll step up. I'll give you some money and help you out here and there. But yeah, and this evolvement that you have taken from the situation, what is that? In what way have you evolved in this situation? You're still living in your car. You're still crying about the same shit you've been crying about for months. How have you evolved from the situation? When are you going to evolve into a 35-year-old adult and stop acting like a love-sick teenager? Yeah, look up the meaning of evolvement, because I don't see any.
And I need to be the bigger person in this, knowing that the child would not be comfortable in a vehicle, knowing that the child would not be, well maintained without a protective father figure there as well. And that's okay. I understand that the father had issues and that the child will understand that later on. I don't cry about these instances anymore because I made peace with it.
You making peace with it? What are you making peace with? What are you making peace with? Making peace with the fact that JW is not going to be involved with you in any way? If you made peace with that, unless you just made peace with it before you said that sentence, if you made peace with that, you would stop talking about it. But you don't stop talking about it. You talk about him and him not being a part of this 24/7. You're talking to strangers about it. So you haven't made peace with it. Don't think you know what that means, because you have not made peace with a lot of things. Although you claim you have, you haven't.
I made peace with the fact that more than likely the father won't be in the room when I'm giving birth. More than likely I won't be married when it happens.
What do you mean, more than likely? More than likely. I mean, you are still holding on to this fantasy that JW is just going to come rushing back into your arms. You're going to be laying in the delivery room about to give birth, and JW is going to bust through those doors and say, I'm here to claim my child and claim you as my wife. Slaps a ring on your finger and catches baby boy as he's popping out. It's not going to happen. There's no more than likely he's not. He's not going to be in the room, and you're not going to be married before this baby pops out of you, and I give you weeks top, probably. But why are you still holding on to that fantasy? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You need to wake up and face reality. It's not more than likely he's not going to be there. He is not going to be in there. He is not going to slap a ring on your finger to marry you because you're boring his child, if it's his child. Oh my gosh. I don't care if somebody out there saying, oh my God, how can you be so mean? That's just so mean. That's reality. That's her reality. That is reality for this situation. JW is not going to go in there swooping in at the last hour and say, ta-da, here I am, marry me. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's crazy that it still has not sunk in, and she's still holding on to this Disney fantasy of, I'm a princess, and my Prince Charming is coming. It's not going to happen. And as harsh as it sounds, that's reality. That's a slap in the face with reality, because that's the way this situation is going to go. She's going to be in the labor room by herself, and that baby is coming sooner or later.
And that's a sin against God. And I will give it up because there's no way of fixing this.
Now, my wish for the child, since mommy here wants to just throw it in the foster system and let it suffer. Who cares? I don't care if it suffers. Who am I to care? Well, we all know that you don't care, obviously. But I don't know if you know that when a child is put into foster care, they don't just sit there. They are sometimes given up for adoption, because you need to do your part if you want to get this baby back. If you're even given the option to possibly get this baby back, I pray that you don't. Again, it might sound harsh, but oh wow, that's my opinions from what you've said, what you've done towards this child. I don't think you deserve this child. And I do. I hope that it's given up for adoption. I hope that it is adopted into a loving family, and that he is given a chance to live a beautiful, wonderful life, rather than the punishment and the disdain you want him to live with through his life. It's not fair. It's awful. And if in some way that JW actually is the father, which I highly doubt, maybe he'll adopt him and take care of him and, give this baby a fighting chance, because what you're offering him is awful, horrible. How you can wish such a crappy life on him, all why? Oh, because daddy didn't come around. Oh, I hope you suffer, baby. It's sick and it's twisted, and those are my opinions. And if you don't like them, you don't like them. But there they are. So the more that you hold out hope that possibly the daddy might be there, or he might marry you before this baby pops out, the more you're only hurting yourself, because it's not going to happen. And that is the reality of your situation. End of story. All right, that's going to be it for me, and that's going to be it for this video. Remember, each and every one of you are awesome. Now go out there and make it a stellar day.
Come at me, bro. Fucking come at me.